Papua New Guinea, South Africans, Aussies and New Zealand, S of Philippines and Japan, what is that, south of Philippines? And finally, USA and Canada, all agreeing to call it soccer. Countries who say soccer. I actually thought we were the only ones. We actually have a whole little faction brewing. I thought this was pretty much just like the metric system. It was really just America using it, maybe a couple random others. Now to be fair, there are a couple of variations to the word, but yeah, I think South Africa basically falls under soccer, or saka, but that's just, you know, with the accent. Oh, it is specifically the southern part of the Philippines. Technically, when you put it like this, there's actually a little bit more of a debate than I was expecting. I mean, because obviously places like China, India, Russia, they're gonna have their own words. I think we as Americans get singled out for this because we have a whole sport called football, but a majority of the game really isn't played with a foot hitting a ball. Wait, did I just totally leave off Ireland? I'm convinced they only call it this to spite England. USA! USA! Boo! Get better material. Looks down at the paper. Oh, yeah, I think this is really the only thing we know how to say. Not surprised that it's England of all people calling us out on this. I'm pretty sure they got some crazy chants, don't they? I wonder how we all just latched onto this one cadence. And this is all we got. There is nothing else as a crowd we can say. Yeah, Brits have entire YouTube compilations about the stuff they out here saying. When Poland beat Saudi Arabia 2-1 in the World Cup, it was literally like Deus Vult all over again. The Winged Hussars came back and everything. I bet you Argentina wishes they had this power. England fans banned from entering World Cup stadiums in Qatar in full Crusader costumes. They've been asked to avoid wearing Crusader costumes in Qatar, but I mean, why? Were they bringing like a massive longsword in too? I can understand in that situation. Saudi Arabia beating Argentina, Japan beating Germany. Then there was Serbia about to play Brazil. They could just smell the upset before that all happened, but I don't think Brazil really needed to be all that nervous. Yeah, they ended up doing just fine. Spain, in reality, how is it possible that these people colonized us? I don't think my translation is perfect here, but like that's generally what it's saying. Meanwhile, Spanish people speaking in I don't know, furry. Then there's Portugal in reality, looking in amazement at Ronaldo. Whatever he says. Both Latin, but both living in different realities here. Iberian moment. North Italians versus Southern Italians, but both of them could never prepare for... Oh no, the ultimate monster. The one thing that'll actually unify anyone. Croatia compared to Turkey. Croatia applied for EU membership on the 21st of February 2003. They joined the EU on the 1st of July 2007. Meanwhile, Turkey applied for EU membership in April 14th, 1987, and yet they still didn't join the EU. It has been 35 years. What's going on here, Turkey? Czechoslovakia is born in 1918. Czechoslovakia is dismembered in 1938. Czechoslovakia is liberated in 1945. Czechoslovakia falls behind the Iron Curtain in 1948. Czechoslovakia becomes free in 1989. Czechoslovakia splits up in 1993. Well, I think we all know what we gotta do next. Let's keep the cycle going. Let's put them back together again. They really have been kind of like a mini Poland, just on like hyper speed. This all took place in the last 100 years. In Central Europe, you have two options. Be Germanic or be Slavic. But wait! Reject the false dichotomy and embrace the third position. Be Giga Chad Czech. I've never seen a better drawn Giga Chad in my life. Wait, so where does Slovakia fall into all this? Western kids on the weekends, playing video games and having fun outside. Meanwhile, Eastern Bloc kids on the weekend. Vacuuming, cleaning, doing great work. I only see one thing here, and that's that these kids are building character. I recently just cleaned my house for the first time in like 15 years because I had this upbringing. Wish I was an Eastern Bloc kid. Wait, why is the Peruvian flag here? I think this was meant to be Canada. The homeless beggar who I swore on my whole bloodline that I have no money left, watching me walk out of a Jollibee with 5 plastic bags of food. Oh, I do this all the time, and I'm just like, hey man, I only got a card. I'll carry cash on me, come on. It's 2022. Japan could never compete against the superior Filipino tree. Yeah, so what? They got pink leaves. Meanwhile, Pinoy trees with rainbow bark, red leaves, indigo spiky things. They've got their own pink leaves. Blood leaves. Beautiful yellow. I don't know what this is, but it looks like it'd make me sneeze. It looks like the Philippines just has a lot more tree diversity going on, at least according to this. Now, this is really all you had to show. I had no idea these things existed. Rainbow eucalyptus trees. I gotta admit, I would travel here just for this. Filipino holidays be like, between September 1st and October 29th, it's Christmas. On November 1st, it's All Saints Day. And back on November 2nd to February 1st, it's Christmas again. I do know the Philippines love Christmas more than anyone else in the world. They celebrate the longest Christmas season in the world. They basically spend a third of their year celebrating Christmas. What I find really interesting is on November 1st, they celebrate the dead, which is the same time in Mexico they also have Dia de los Muertos. So is this a somewhat normal thing throughout the world? Seems like mainly Mexico and the Philippines, but also Brazil has something. I feel bad for you, says Finland. I don't think about you at all, says Sweden. For some reason, this isn't the interaction I would expect expect from these two countries. Why do I feel like it's actually the other way around or something? I don't know. Something Oland. The ultimate YouTube poll. Where would you rather live? Out of 119,000 votes, we have North Korea, Taiwan, South Korea, China, and then the winner, Japan by far. And it's not even close to, it's 67%. But I think there's a bigger detail here that everyone out here is missing. 5% of people would rather live in North Korea than in China. I'm just trying to figure out what to say. There's honestly just so much. I'm doing one of my own versions of these polls to see if the North Korean ball will outsell the China ball on makeshift.com. I left a link in the description down below for that. I don't even know if it's gonna be close since I sold over 1,100 North Korean balls. Farmer Asian cuisine. We have kimchi, ramen, chow mein. Meanwhile, nomadic Asian cuisine. Meat. It's kind of really just that simple. No need to complicate things. It's all you need. You think this includes man meat? The USA calling it soccer. Meanwhile, England with football. Germany with football. Oh, not the German B. Brazil with football. And of course, Giga Chad Spain with football. I love how this is the biggest debate. I feel like there are more people just focused on this debate right now than the actual World Cup. Like, what is the name for this entire sport? How did this even happen? England's all-time record against the United States. Revolutionary War, loss. The War of 1812, draw. 1950 World Cup, loss. 1910 World Cup, draw. And then, of course, the most recent 2022 draw. Overall, no dubs here. What's going on, England? I'm sure they're preparing for Revolutionary War 2.0 soon, after all these stupid memes. Growing up in the 70s and 80s, I thought this would have been a bigger impact on my adult life. Cut to the Bermuda Triangle. Did the triangle really reach San Juan, Puerto Rico, and then Miami, Florida? I knew it had to do with somewhere down south of the island. I wonder if the myth even still lives on. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about the Bermuda Triangle anymore. Like, do I have to explain all the weird missing aircrafts and ships that have disappeared in this area? My Argentinian housemate just got a book on proper American accents, and I've never felt more attacked. Looks like he's an American. It sounds like he's not American. I got an A in English. I got an A in English. I did kind of say it like that, didn't I? I'll be there in an instant. I'll be there in an instant. Yeah, okay. Touche. Bread and butter. Bread and butter. Hey, they have a point. I'm not reading the accents beforehand. I'm just reading the left first. Left or right? Left or right? See, it all depends on what American accent you're going for. It's a big country. Super salad is a funny one because I, for like the first 25 years of my life, actually thought this is gonna be a giant salad. First of all, I don't like salad, so I don't want a super one. Sometimes when they ask me, still to this day, super salad, I'm just like, no. Supreme Court ruling against Scottish Parliament holding new independence referendum. Stop pressing for your independence referendum. You know what? I'm gonna press for it even harder now. I don't think it'll ever end. I think Scotland's just gonna go for indefinite referendums until it finally happens. Europe is a nation. Europe is a nation. Europe is a continent with distinct nations. I love these memes because they're always so smart. All the IQs over 130 at least. Everything just comes full circle. Putin, Europe is going to freeze because they cut ties with Russia. Meanwhile, those same Europeans in the winter. Yeah, I think they're doing just fine. Maybe Putin thought that the Europeans were all like Californians or something. Like, I don't think I could do it, but you guys are having a blast. 50 degrees Fahrenheit is cold for me. Scottish fans in Qatar ready to support the USA against England today. I actually saw this one on Twitter. This guy went above and beyond. He actually has a Florida University hat on. Not only the country, but the state too. Scotland kind of is the Florida of the UK, I feel. Or I don't know. Who should fight for that? Maybe Northern Ireland too? Ooh, a Roblox political game. Do you approve of this candidate? He only has one thing. Something about art school. It looks like he's slightly losing in the polls, whoever this person is, but it is close. Crazy that after a failed art career, he decided to get into politics. Who does that? How do you call people who eat other people? Most of Europe saying either cannibal or man-eater. Meanwhile, we have Turkey, which is looking like they actually maybe approve of this. This sounds like some sort of celebratory term. Yum yum, man flesh. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Italy be like, we can't into Balkan guys because we are, well, South is poor, but come on, put us in the Balkans. Meanwhile, Serbia, Hungary, Greece, Romania, Turkey, and Macedonia not agreeing. Italy can never into Balkans. They did control Albania there for a second. Would that count? And how about the Portuguese? Are they honorary Balkan too? Oh man, a really messed up looking Serbian right here. What happened to him? Brazil, says Dumbledore. Oh, was this the entire country of Serbia after Brazil won? Did they really think they were gonna win? Is Serbia good at soccer and I didn't know? Oh, Bosnia in anime. It looks cute. Oh, well, it did look cute That part you gotta. The main character from the video game series, Hitman, he will never be Romanian. Born September 5th, 1964, in Romania. How did this continue to fly under the surface for so long? I think it all makes sense now. And it is real, too. I mean, this is not even a joke. This is straight up his Wikipedia page. Agent 47. Pop star Dua Lipa made an Albanian citizenship for making Albanians famous throughout the world. Dua Lipa is honorary Albanian now? Wait, really? Is this not the greatest day for Albania in the last 500 years? Wait, no, yes, she was literally granted citizenship. How did she do this? Oh, Dua Lipa is an English and Albanian singer and songwriter. She was born in London, though. I didn't even know this was possible. Can I become honorary Albanian, too? How does one become Albanian? Please tell me there are more countries that do this. You think the African nation of Chad gives them away? And big thanks to my patrons. Drew, I'm stalking you and will kidnap you December 27th, 2022. DJ McSkillet, aPhatNarwhal. Drew's Argentinian $20 is a lot.
Bjarne
Bring
Wildfang,
back
Evan
Pryce,
GoodOldRyah,
Isaac Kilgore is dead. Noah Gamer, Bassall 69, Patrick,
Phresh
Animations,
RyeThePie,
Scottish
Token,
Token,
if you hear this, I love you.
Lithuanian,
The Mexican
Commonwealth,
Twickenhamster.
ZaneyBoi.
And why am I doing this?